Adventure Quest Worlds has come a long way since its first official release back in October the 10th, 2008, progressing from a mere 20 or so uniquely different classes to now over 150 classes of its own. With that said, that progress has led to a lot of questions from new players throughout the game. What are the best classes in AQW? Now, with AQW releasing a new class every so often, I decided to make a video of my own regarding this matter. Although if you are watching AQ Worlds in the future, don't worry, because if I ever feel like this video is out of date, I will keep you guys updated as soon as possible. So the question is, what are the strongest classes in AQ Worlds as of 2017? I have made my own list and reasonings behind these picks regarding to classes for beginners, adventure coin purchases, and reputation classes. I have tried a lot of classes in AQ Worlds, so these are all based off personal experience and personal opinion. But don't let it drag you down if your favorite class isn't on this list, and if you would like to know why, chuck your question down in the comment section below. Also, if you got any other questions related to AQ Worlds, feel free to ask me down in the comment section and I'll try to get them answered in my future videos. With that all said, guys, my name is Shy Hero here to answer your questions. Let's get right into the video. What's up, guys? Before I get into the list of the best classes in AQ Worlds, I'd like to show you guys why I picked out these specific classes on this list. In AQ Worlds, it's smart to have two types of classes in your inventory, a farming class and a solo class. What makes a good farming and a solo class is the ability to heal itself. If a class cannot heal, it can't sustain itself for a good period of time, so you wouldn't expect any non-healing classes on this list. Another important factor I take into consideration is its mana efficiency. Will it run out of mana after using two abilities, or is it heavily dependent on critical hits to restore mana? Mana is very important in a class. Now, starting the game in AQ Worlds doesn't take much strength, but to progress through Adventure Quest Worlds at a rapid rate, picking the correct class as a starter player can reduce time taken to finish a quest line or storyline. Now, if you're below level 20, I highly recommend staying with your two starter classes. They are your warrior and mage. These two are the best burst classes for a starter player, and with bursting down enemy frog zards comes fast EXP. You want to make sure you get past level 20 before farming for more classes, an exception if you're buying it with adventure coins, because it just makes farming monsters and fighting bosses so much easier compared to being a low level 5 player. Of course, guys, if we are talking about soloing bosses as a starter player, Oracle class is your best bet. This class is an S rank healer and a dodger. Its ability to sustain itself in battle against the boss is terrific. You'll never run out of health or mana unless the boss is way out of your league. But the only downside for this class is that it tickles bosses. You'll be facing the boss for quite a while, but soloing that one boss is made possible because of Oracle. You can get this class by joining Battle On and talking to Ragnar. Through him, you can get the Oracle class totally for free, and that comes with a free staff, helmet, and cape. So guys, let's move on to a good farming class for a beginner, and that is the Scarlet Sorceress. It's one of the easiest classes to obtain through farming, but don't let that fool you guys. It's up there as one of the best classes in Adventure Quest Worlds as of 2017. It deals massive damage at the cost of health, but has two abilities that can basically heal you from 0 to 100. Personally, at level 65, I can deal a good 6k damage to multiple enemies. The cons for this class though is that you do need to be careful as it uses health for some abilities. You can get this class in joining Tower of Mirrors and defeating the Scarlet boss. I recommend joining Arctic server to farm this, as there's certainly someone there fighting the boss. If you haven't finished the storyline, hit U on your keyboard and that'll bring up the users in the area, then go to a person fighting the boss. I recommend that once you've hit the level 20 mark, go for this class, guys. There's nothing to lose. But of course, guys, a good farming class can also be a good solo class, vice versa. But in order to give this list a little bit diversity, I kept the farming classes in their own categories. Coming up is the adventure coin purchase classes. Of course, I also have classes here that you can farm for, but due to its difficulty through farming, I decided to get them into this list. Each class will cost you 2,000 adventure coins. This list is in no specific order, and first we got adventure coin purchased solo classes. Coming up first is the Stone Crusher class. This class is terrific at soloing bosses due to its durability, reducing damage taken while healing over time, and dealing massive critical hits with low cooldown abilities. This class is ideal for solos. As a heads up guys, when I talk about the cons for a class, it's the worst case scenario. So the downside for Stone Crusher class is its mana efficiency. I feel like Stone Crusher is very dependent on landing crits and getting that magnitude active up in order to sustain its own mana. But I have yet to master this class, so this is just a personal opinion. You can get this class by joining Battle On and talking to Ragnar. The next class is Arc Paladin. This class is very similar with Stone Crusher, dealing even bigger critical hits while sustaining its own health very well. I also feel like Arc Paladin is very good at sustaining mana because of its cooldowns on its abilities, making that also a con. With long cooldowns, it does seem to take time to finish off a boss, but with that said, it still is a lot faster than the Oracle class. You can get this class by joining Dark Throne Hub. Now, I'm not sure if the Arc Paladin class is going to be rare or not, so I've put in another class. This class came into this list through recommendations. Personally, I never played this class, so I can't give much insights, but from what I heard and saw, the Glacial Berserker is a monster. It's a terrific class with massive crits and massive healing over time. If you wish to get this class, you can obtain it through Ragnar in joining Battle On. Now we're moving on to the adventure coin purchased farming classes. We got the Blazebinder. This class is terrific and I feel like it has no downsides. It has a certain hit and crit ability, meaning that when using this ability it basically restores mana without fail. Not to mention it's sexy as heal over time, and with 3 abilities that hit multiple enemies, this class is my top pick for a farming class. You guys can buy this class by joining Fireforge and talking to that first person you see. Last but not least, we got the Daemon class. This class can deal lots more damage compared to the Blazebinder, and its ability to sustain its own health is fantastic. Of course, Daemon lacks the certain hit and crit ability that the Blazebinder has, so you do have to watch out for your mana. You can get this class by joining Bacon Cat U and talking to Ziri. With that all said guys, this ends the list for the adventure coin purchased classes. So guys, here we are with the reputation classes. First off, we have the reputation classes for solo, and we got Lycan. This class has a fantastic heal over time, and if you play smart, you'll never run out of health or mana. The only issue with this class is that most of the time you'll only be using your healing ability, which does make killing the boss time consuming. Now, you may have realized that most of the solo classes are pretty slow. That is because I am comparing its DPS with other classes, including farming classes. These solo classes may not have the best DPS, but they are the most reliable classes you can have for soloing a tough boss. With that said, you can get Lycan class by maxing out your Lycan reputation to rank 10. Join Lycan to start farming for this class. And the next one is Chaos Slayer. Now I'm in between 2 rocks, not sure whether to recommend this class or not, because this class is a game of chance. There is a chance you'll buff your enemies or debuff them, and there's also a chance you'll heal or reduce damage taken. I'm not really into a game of chance, but considering other reputation classes out there and how easy it is to obtain this class, I decided to put it in this list. Chaos Slayer does massive critical hits and can take down a boss quite fast, but in a way it's also very crit dependent class for its mana. The downside is that this class is a game of chance, so you could potentially buff your enemy's defense, but you can always wait that buff out and then shred them down. If you are thinking of getting this class, make sure to read the wiki and fully understand the buffs and debuffs before jumping into battle. You can get this class by starting the farming quests in Mount Doomskull and then ranking Chaos to rank 10. Next up, we got the reputation classes for farming. First we have our Shaman class, not Evolved Shaman but Shaman. This class is awesome, great heal over time and damage, crit chance is high, mana restoration is a piece of cake. This class will never run out of mana. The only minor problem with this class is that you won't be able to farm exceptionally strong monsters. Say for example 3 monsters with 8000 health dealing 500 damage each. It's just too much for Shaman's heal over time. Another thing is that the only ability you'll end up using when farming are your first 2 abilities. So if you can get over the fact that your last 2 abilities are totally worthless in farming, Shaman is a great class for you. You can get this class by joining Arcane Group, then ranking up your Arcane Group reputation to rank 10. This also unlocks a totally useless Evolved Shaman class and takes you one step closer to farming for Stone Crusher. Following Shaman is another wizard, the Troll Spellsmith. This class is excellent, another one of my favorite farming classes. Its low mana cost and low cooldown heal makes it a great class for sustaining in battle. Troll Spellsmith has one of the highest, if not the highest, mana return upon critting. You can see your mana return 80% of your mana pool with just 1 crit. Not to mention you also have an ability that restores mana. So with Troll Spellsmith, mana and health is not a problem. The only con for this class is that you do have to keep your last ability stacks up to make you as effective as you can. Without the stacks, your crit chances are very low. You can get Troll Spellsmith by ranking up your troll reputation to rank 10, and you can start that ranking immediately by joining Blood Tusk. Now, that's the end of our reputation classes. Before we part away, I like to give you guys some honorable mentions to these specific classes. These classes are mostly seasonal and one special offer. First one is Legion Doom Knight. This is a seasonal class that will come back every March to celebrate Dage the Evil's birthday. Or if you can't wait to get your hands on this overpowered solo class, you can always buy Undead Warrior for 1200 adventure coins and start your farming journey in the underworld. Next up is the Mindbreaker, a member only special offer class that will cost you a 12,000 adventure coin package. Once you have that, the Book of Lore shop will unlock for you, and in your possession you'll have an all-rounder class that deals over 10k damage for breakfast. Third honorable mention goes to the Evolved Pumpkin Lord. This is a seasonal class that will come back every October to celebrate the Moglawini event. If you do end up getting this class, you have a healing class that will never run out of mana while dishing out tons of damage with a non-missable ability that crits on a 4-second cooldown. Last honorable mention goes to the Void High Lord. This is the strongest class in Adventure Quest Worlds as of 2017, and if you're a new player hoping to get this class, I highly recommend not to. To farm for this class, you must give up your social life and family time, then dedicate a few months of your life just to get this class. As a side note, Void High Lord is not rare and is not a special offer or anything. You can get this class whenever you want, it just takes a few months. So guys, that's it for my recommendation list. If you like this video or if the video has helped you in any way, hit that like button and subscribe for more upcoming talks that will answer questions players have for Adventure Quest Worlds. Just as a reminder, if you guys have any questions related to AQ Worlds, feel free to ask me down in the comment section below. If you have watched this far, thank you guys for sticking with me till the end. Have a great day guys, and till next time.